自由に羽ばたいてこの希望を装填して大丈夫このままさ私の手を取って今日という日を祝って笑って愛して光になるから鼓動鳴らして消えない傷を抱えていても眠れない骨に噛んでいても君に似合う笑顔を探す期待していてよ飛び立つ空に祈り打ち放て目覚めた命今は生きるんだ守れるものはこの瞬間だけ一緒に行こう私を信じて声が聞こえた未来へこのきらめきは誰も消せないよ守れるのなら引き金を引こう祝福をしよう新たな願いをほら楽しいことを選んでいこうやりたいことを全部やろう悩むことは何もないよ惑う暇はない光あれと願うそう暗闇打ち抜いてアップルパイ片手にねどこまでも行けそうずっと夢から覚めないこのまま気づいて私の翼で壊して描いたそれ飛び立つ空に祈り打ち放て目覚めた命今は生きるんだ守れるものはこの瞬間だけ一緒に行こう私を信じてほら飛び立つ空に祈り打ち放て目覚めた命今は生きるんだ守れるものはこの瞬間だけ一緒に行こう私を信じて声が聞こえた未来へこのきらめきは誰も消せないよ守れるのなら引き金を引こう祝福をしよう新たな願いをほら自由に羽ばたいてこの希望を装填して大丈夫このままさ私の手を取ってほら
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights, because today we are continuing our story reading of the Masses Travels. That was actually the first time I've heard Exia Alter's theme. It's been a long time since I've heard an Arknights theme that I genuinely thought was a bop. A long time since Radiant. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great Arknights songs, and a lot of not so great Arknights songs. Pepe. Although, that one was genuinely a bop. That's going into the playlist. It was kind of like, oh, this song captures Exia's personality really well. And also, it's a bop. Anyway, how is everyone this past few week? Because this past week, all I've been doing has been playing Radical Red. Pokemon Radical Red. I've been doing some new runs. I kind of got some FOMO watching people play Digimon Time Stranger and the new Pokemon game while I'm still waiting on Monster Hunter Stories 3, so I felt the itch to start new runs of Radical Red. I did a Monotype Steel run, I just finished that, and now I'm doing a Dark type run, which is going pretty great. But anyway, aside from that, a little recap of everything that happened last time. All the players have been gathered around Laterano proper. We got Exia. Wait, is Mustima here? I'm not sure Mastima is here. I don't think I've seen her. Is Mastima here? I don't think she's here though. Pepe's song captures how random her event is sometimes. It also captures how orientalist the event is. Basically, all the players have been gathered around Laterano. Somehow, we got Arturia being kept at Archetto's monastery to keep an eye on her because she's still persona non grata. There's something going on with the law. A huge-ass nurtury building just came out of nowhere in the middle of Laterano. Just eminent domained over thousands of sanctum houses. Thousands of sanctums displaced. Mastima is here? Okay, I misremembered. So everyone is here. Also, Exia plans to bomb the place. For some reason. Someone is trying to get Exia to do a little terrorism as a treat. I think Exia deserved a little terrorism as a treat, not gonna lie, but who is getting her to blow up Laterano? She's gone to one of the last remaining weapons workshops in Laterano, which shut down because they're trying... The government... it's wild. The government is trying to industrialize patron arms production in Laterano. And all the old gunsmiths are like, wait, my art is getting replaced by automation and AI? Hold up. What's going on here? But we put heart and soul and artistry into our patron firearms. They're like our first friends, Exio is like. It's kind of true. Also, somehow, Exia got... No, not Exia. Fiametta inherited the first patron firearm of Grandpapi, Mikato, Mixaparato, Grandpapi Gun Knight. And somehow there was also this side plot. There's this B plot about another fallen gun knight named Aurelia on a different abbey, on a different abbey plate. And I think all the abbeys are coming back to Laterano because all around Terra, it doesn't seem like it's happening within Laterano itself, but all around Terra, the Sanctons are falling. The Sanctons are reverting back to their TCAS features. And I think that's why people are getting... the masses are traveling back. Heyo. They're traveling back to Laterano. I don't know. To see what's happening. What the fuck's going on with my Halo? Why is it cracked? Why do I have ears? Why can I no longer experience empathy? There's also a new winged snake. That's right. We got Grace Bearer, who's another cool Khan aside from Holiak. So there's that. Anyway, a lot was set up in the first few chapters. We got the Matriarch also introduced. The Matriarch, because of the gameplay, we played the gameplay, is apparently the antagonist of this event. But if she's the antagonist, why is she so mother? Why is she so hot? If she's evil, why is she mother? I don't know, but an Oedipus complex is activating within me. So there's that. What are they doing in the Shrine of Nurtury? Why is it shaped very suspiciously like the precursor technology that they have in Ager? Why did the building come out of nowhere between the last 2 years since the last Summit of Nations, which the second Summit of Nations is happening now, which is why Exi apparently wants to do a little bit of terrorism as a treat. And who's still behind that? We've yet to find out. Let's get into the thick of things. Also, people aren't aware that Exia is in Laterano just yet. Her sister has suspicions. People have spotted her, but they haven't met face to face yet. Exia is the only one of the main protagonist cast, if we can even call them that hasn't met up with the group. Glance at the shrine. Okay. Where did we stop? We stopped at 2. Am I right? We stopped at 2. Okay. Next chapter is 3. MT-3, Worship. The dream has transformed our lives, and there are clues hidden within that allow us to recognize it. Let's turn up the volume. There we go. Meanwhile, are we back at Longman? Yep, this is Emperor's Bar. The Ends of the Earth Lounge, Longman. Oh, it's this guy again. I forgot this guy existed. It's been a long time since we've seen Yith. Got that Rhine Labs logo on your laptop? What are you, Yith? What are you supposed to be, dog? You're not even a discernible animal type of person. What are you doing here, Exia? Oh, was this a flashback to before? What are you doing here? The lounge is closed. I just ended up here. Not sure how. An indentured employee's instincts, I suppose. Oh, that's the Penguin Logistics logo. I forgot. I thought it was Rhine Labs. Thought I might as well clean up, as long as I'm here. Oh, I'll clean that up. I saw that they were gifts for me, so I opened them. A crystal ball? Wait, this must be Bison. Wait, Mountain Dash Logistics has already expanded into Sarfaket. Great. we're gonna have Inuri Koraket 2 Electric Boogaloo. We still have to get to the Golden City because Pepe wants to rescue her brother from getting his tongue cut off. What's this whole stack of coupon vouchers? The more you buy, the more you save, the more you save, the more you buy. Does Croissant? Croissant? Does Croissant want me to clean out the mall? Actually, no. On Terra, they have no idea that it's pronounced Croissant because Doctor from Rainbow Six was like, why do you pronounce it like that? Why do you pronounce it croissant? It's croissant! Sorry, Syracusan, to her live album, A Chance Encounter. Did she forget to send a couple of tickets? Carnivale mask. This one's gotta be from Texas. It's a little tight, not great. Okay, so we're establishing that Texas is out, Sora is out, they're both still in Syracuse. Bison is somewhere in Sargon. This brush. Is it a gift from the boss, or does he want me to use it to clean his vinyls for him? Emperor could still be in Syracuse, hanging out and partying with the other Beast Lords. Hey Yith, what kind of hair do you think the brush is made from? Looks lupo to me. Say, why are the boss in Texas still in Nova Volcini when the Carnival is already over? I got back from Sargon only to find the shop totally empty, not a soul in sight. Texas said she was setting up Penguin Logistics operation over there. As for the Emperor, he and his friends have some other matters to attend to. Matters besides recording sessions, parties, and employee training. Okay, my bad, I'm sorry, I thought Emperor was just goofing off as usual. Gotcha. Well, I guess it's all the same if I report to you. Oh? Give me a sec. I'm almost done filling it out. Filling what out? My leave request. I want to take a really long break, so I figured I should go through the formal procedures. Exia. You know why I took the Sargonian job, right? Sargon. Osima was assigned to the area as legatus, wasn't she? Bingo! Osima told me that the one who did those things to Sis and her is back in Laterano. The one Sis hoped that would never show his face again. She hasn't fully recovered, but she's joined the Curia. Truth or secret, the events of the past have once again brought them together. She's talking about the previous Sancton event, so if this is a flashback, this should still be around that time. Around that time and around also Il Circusano. No, not Il Circusano. The Carnivale. The things that I came to Lungmen to find out. You're going back to Laterano. Of course, can't very well wait for my sis to come and see me. Texas, Sora, Bison, Croissant, even the boss of all people are busy right now. All good things must come to an end, as they say. Never forget your roots. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture, isn't it? On display every day, but correct in principle. Keep these gifts safe for me. Tell my friends that I'll be back once everything's taken care of. Knock knock. Is that your ride? What? No way! I just only decided! Rhodes Island. Ixia. Hi guys, what's up? He's just arrived at the office. Classified files from the land ship? From the land ship? Classified. What would Rhodes need her for? Is Rhodes the one that sent her to do a little bit of terrorism? Is that what we do now in 2025? Emperor did it. He plucked the Wolf Lord's tail for a brush. Hey, the game's ended. It's time for some leisure. But also, the Beast Lords have things to comb over, considering there seems to be a coming calamity coming for Terra. We don't know if it's specifically whatever priestess is setting up for the future, whatever she fears that we might need Originium for. The proverbial it that we kept cryptically talking about in chapter 15 or something else. I'm exhausted. So this is when Ixia first came to Laterano inside the Confessor. I came all this way only to get caught up in one strange thing after another. My head's spinning. Good work, but we need to move quicker. Without a second thought, the Curia is treating the explosion as a terror attack targeting the Summit of Nations. So is this after she already got the materials from the workshop for the bomb? So the second Summit of Nations is happening to discuss whatever calamity must be addressed or some shit. Who would have thought that a harmless confessional would be a top-notch spy? Good work. I'll give you a pat on your speakers. I'm still wondering whether the person she's talking to through the confessional is just a confessional, which means she's talking to the law? Or there's another person at the end of the line. Which is to say, you are wanted fugitive now. Okay, she's talking to the confessional. I know. With Vanny's help, though, our bombs can now snap 3 pillars with one blast. 3 pillars? Have you seen the size of the Nurtury? There's a long way to go, but pick the right pillar and a bomb like this can topple an entire building. The shrine is bigger than any building that exists on Terra. You must familiarize yourself with its layout. Okay, you're giving me more indication that it's probably precursor tech. Because it looks a whole lot like precursor tech that they have in Aegir. A lot of smooth lines contrasting with the sharp edges of Laterano architecture. I don't suppose they'll let me in if I say I'm a fervent believer who wants to pay my daily respects to it. The shrine is heavily guarded, even confessionals cannot easily enter. I'm kinda 75% sure that if she's just talking to the confessional, then the law is trying to get her to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury. But why? No big deal. If there's a problem, find a solution. If there's no problem, make a problem. Never take a boring order, that's Penguin Logistics corporate culture. Your passion and perseverance are extraordinary, but you have a hard time hiding your thoughts. You should not disturb those who know before it is time, even if it's my sister, right? That only motivates me more. I'll solve this problem if for no other reason than to see my sis sooner. I don't know if we need to bomb anything to see your sister. She's a government worker. You could probably find her cubicle. It's time to go, Elle. I know, Vanny. That apprentice. I've only met her a couple of times, but when it comes to this, I know I can trust her. I can already guess what you're worried about, but, well, it's hard to explain the connection between Sanctus. Anyway, no need to worry. That kinda implies something. Because as far as we know, every Sancta outside Laterano fell. So, they also lost their empathy. Within Laterano, every Sancta still has their halo and wings, and they seem to still have their empathy. In that case, this confession has come to a close. Have a nice day. Who is she talking to? Is it really the law connected through the confessional, or is it someone else behind the line? Meanwhile, back with Anduin, who's been reformed in the past 2 years. Oh, everything is water under the bridge, apparently. Why do comfort bells keep ringing? It's the 2 nurseries up ahead. Strange. There should be other nurseries in charge of them. Whack. He deserved that. The giant milk bottles on each side of the corridor suddenly fall, knocking Anduin out cold. Why are there giant milk bottles? That implies there's a mouth big enough for those bottles. I'm scared. Big baby? Situation? He's unconscious, but alive. What kind of baby would need a milk bottle this... that's what I said! It's heavy enough to give a full-grown burden beast a concussion. Anyway, it's for the best. Less commotion this way. What do we need to do next? Do we peek inside or... This is a strange place. You carry him. The rest of you stay on your guard. We're getting out of this bloody place the way we came in. Leader's waiting outside. We'll get this guy to answer our questions once he wakes up. Just casually kidnapping Anduin. Okay. He deserves that too. Gotcha. Oh, shot fired. And they're dead. Like a wind from nowhere, the comfort bells that hang quietly in the corridor. I got hiccups. And nurseries suddenly begin ringing. It is not a sound to put babies to sleep. It is cacophonous, unceasing, a loud alarm. Damn. Ugh. The kids were playing Halo before. They said it's a play about them going into a milk bottle and got a hug from Anduin. Oh yeah. About them going into a milk bottle. Although, hold up. There's also these guards. These shrine maidens. I don't know what else to call them. That seem distinctly related to the matriarch. They're weirdly shaped in the most beautiful way possible. Because they have weird features unbefitting of a normal Sancta. They got halo horns. They got bunny-looking ears. I don't know what's up with them. Are they people? Can I ask that? Clean up the scene. Don't let the children see it. Take Nurturer Anduin to his room. Well, that was a failed kidnapping attempt. Anduin, you're awake. What happened? Intruders, but the guards caught them. Looks like your hunch was right. You were being followed. They were after me? You're the chosen nurturer. They must have the nativity in their sights. Who are the intruders? Just some wayward souls. Wayward souls. What I mean is, I don't know who they are. Our siblings will pick up the investigation. You know better than anyone else how important the nativity is. Stay safe and enjoy some rest. Right. Were you frightened? Pants anxiously. Wait, what? There's a third person in the scene. Lean against my arm. No need to fear. It's the comfort bells. You won't hear those terrible sounds here. No hunter's whistles, no roaring of tusked beasts, no rumbling of originating tides. Moans weakly. I'm here. I'm always here. Why is he a DILF now? Hypergriff, how dare you make this man into a DILF? Into a child-rearing DILF. I can feel how much you want to keep living with this life within you, so as do I. Wait, what? Life living within you? Soon, soon. Everyone will hope for the same. There will be no more fighting, no more conflict. Everyone will join together in paradise. Doubt. Everyone will walk together with you. Meanwhile, back at Arknights' monastery. What do you mean she's just vanished without a trace? Well, shit. There goes Arturia. Arknights, you had one job! To keep track of the prisoner! She is a wanted criminal across all of Terra! We had just cut the wheat. I had everyone take a little break after lunch. She said she wanted to play her cello and I let her. That's the last thing you should have done. She's not allowed near her cello. She came to this leeward ridge, not too far away. We could hear her music all the time, so I didn't think too much of it. Then when you came to find her, she was nowhere to be seen? What is this? Some kind of paranormal activity? Paranormal activity right at the door of the monastery? It would make a nice movie. What I mean is, no need to panic. You can still hear the music, can't you? Perhaps Arturia just went deeper into the wheat fields? Musicians can be an unpredictable lot. Take some time and go up front. I'll handle things here. You also kinda need an answer to why the law needed to make both Executor and Arturia saints, despite Arturia's numerous crimes. Right. Why did the law need to make them saints? Was it for this specific event or something in the future past this? Either way, we're all near Laterano now. Did they even know about her arts? I kind of think Rhodes Island would have been responsible enough to be like, okay, so she's very dangerous, especially with her music. Keep an eye on her cello. I feel like that's the first thing they should have said to the people of this monastery if they were to keep an eye on her. Examine the other scarecrows, sister. You should find a device like this on their necks. Who are you? Oh, it's Executor. Ah, Federico. Executor Federico of the Notarial Hall. Okay, I forgot. I'm giving all the native Laterans Italian accents. Right. I came for my regular visit of the prisoner Arturia. The young Executor opens his palm. There is a paper dragonfly sitting on it, flapping its wings at a regular frequency to create pleasant music. Paper dragonfly? A form of musical arts. The prisoner must have learned it in Lithanian. She used a page from the Saint's Travels. This detail is not important. What is important is I'm now certain that Arturia is no longer under observation. She has escaped. I surmised as much. Arturia is an important individual, is she not? Based on the amount of resources that the Notarial Hall has committed, from issuing a warrant to achieving her apprehension, yes. Landon Monastery has only recently regained its standing with the Curia and gotten out of the red. Doubt. Spoiler alert, Landon Monastery will go bankrupt, and that's why Arknights needs to work for Rhodes Island. And this Executor caught us on the spot. There's no way we can quietly bring Arturia back now. I can hear you, sister. Anyway, I must report this to the Curia immediately. There will be no need for that, sister. The Notarial Hall will take over from here. I was the one who apprehended Arturia. I will catch her before she could do any true harm. There will be no need for Landon Monastery to file a report. That's not what the procedures say, is it? I see, you never intended to report this, did you? This is an awfully convenient coincidence. You came for this, you knew Arturia would escape. Yeah. Gee, I wonder how she escaped. No comment.
Arturia was just like you. It was like she had realized something and spoken cryptic terms. If you won't let me report this, Senior, then I must join you in your pursuit of Arturia.
Hey yo, Archetto is joining the main plot?
Mandan Monastery is very important to me. I won't let it come to harm.
The executor flicks deftly with his finger, and the paper dragonfly turns back into a creased page. The music disappears and the fields are once again quiet.
What are you doing?
Retaining evidence. The sound it was making would have obstructed our investigation. Your request complies with the regulations of the Executor's Handbook. I hereby approve of your request to join the hunt for the fugitive. Come.
You're just as strange as Arturia, only in a much different way.
Yep. One of them has the tism, the other one is a sociopath.
I've seen it standing there like every day, but when you get up close, how is it so crazy tall? What are these gill-like scales? Where do those bone-like passages lead?
Okay, now I'm 99% sure it's precursor tech.
And what's with this flowing color on the wall? It's like what you throw up after you eat a blueberry pudding made of soup water. I'm getting sick looking at it.
They're really implying. Hold up, maybe it's not precursor tech. Wait a minute. Gill-like scales, bone-like passages, color on the wall that looks bluish. Girl, you just described a seaborn. Wait a minute. Hold up. The Seaborn are also relevant to the Sancta and Sarkaz plotline because during Executor's event, the little twin burb's mother turned into a Seaborn in a distant alley far away. And then there was a whole cover-up.
How do you know what you throw up after eating blueberry pudding made with soup water?
Good question.
Just a little practical joke that didn't go the way I intended. Not the most pleasant of memories, but it almost brings a smile thinking back to it now. Back then, we could tell the difference between a practical joke and serious stuff, and we didn't build strange structures like this with true blue religious fervor. What even is it anyway? Some kind of massive biological organ?
They're really hammering it in, huh? They're like, oh, look at this thing. This Seaborn-like thing. It seems alive.
This place feels familiar. I must have been here before, but I can't tell whether it used to be a bakery, a chapel, or a munitions market. It's like this huge shrine has always been here. It feels weird.
Memories have been altered. Huh.
Does your head hurt? It's not that hard to understand.
Maybe it's the halos keeping up the charade. Maybe the law or whatever's in there is feeding the Sanctans false memories about how the building came to be. Has it always been here? I swear, this place used to be something else.
Imagine your favorite patisserie, which you visit once every few days, whether it's for a party or just because your sweet tooth is aching. When you happen to pass by it today, you can't resist. But when you bite into the Fuey? I'm not French. You just bought, everything feels different. You wonder if they got a new patissier. Patissier? Then you look up and find the whole storefront is different. It's pretty much just like that, right?
Basically.
Yeah, wow, I can't put my feelings into words like that at all. But when did that Fuey?
The French are weird.
become different? No idea. It seems to have changed when I got back from Lungmen. I saw the shrine standing there as soon as I came out of the port. Say, how did I miss something this big from outside the city?
Oh. Interesting. It can only be seen within Laterano. And yet, everyone around the building seems to can't remember whether it's been here all this time or if it just came out of nowhere. Huh. There's some genjutsu happening.
L. Over there.
If this is the biggest building on Terra, this should also be visible from far away, even in distant cities in different nations. Then again, sky pollution, right? Sky pollution. It's also the reason why we can't see stars that well in the middle of a bustling city because of light pollution. Then again, Laterano seems to be in its, I don't know, classical period. It doesn't seem too industrialized like Lungmen.
All patrols form up. Guard these halls in 3-team squads. Shifts change every 3 hours. We must not allow any further intrusions into the shrine. No attacks on the nurturers.
Also, these figures are weirdly proportioned. These figures have the proportions of children. Is it just me, or do they have bigger heads than what their bodies should have? Which makes me think they might be children. I don't know. They seem like they have bigger heads than the usual sprites.
Since when did the Pontifica cohorts Lateran wear such distinctive uniforms?
I don't think those are uniforms. I don't think that's armor.
Wait, this scaly cape. Are these guards just for the Shrine of Nurtury? There are too many of them. Not sure how to get past. They blocked off all of the paths. What do we do?
I love how Vanini just joined in on our terrorism plot with no questions asked. She's just there. She's our wing woman now.
We're here. Is this the place where Extra's resting?
Oh yeah. Oh. That's... Oh, back when Anduin was rescued from the kidnappers, he was in the same room they left Extra in. That's who he was talking to. The pregnant Sarkaz woman. Oh yeah, okay, that's who Anduin was talking to. Extra.
Yes, we can arrange for visits if you desire.
I'm also scared though. What are they gonna do to Extra's baby? Hold up. They brought Extra into the Shrine of Nurtury for a reason. What are they gonna do to her baby?
Dedicated nurturers have been assigned to her. She will receive the best possible care until she gives birth. What about us? 13 nomadic abbeys with patients in 4 figures. The Pagus Ambrosius you put us in doesn't have that many hospitals or sanatoriums.
Hiccups. I'm gonna drink some coffee.
The Summit of Nations, with all its attendees, have stretched Laterano's medical resources to its limits. So, taking in a pregnant woman already represents exceptional circumstances. However, you came here out of trust in Laterano, and Laterano must repay in trust. The Shrine of Nurtury is not scheduled to open to the public until after the Nativity. Most of the rooms are unoccupied at this time, and our nurturers have received basic medical training. The matriarch has already discussed this with the Curia. The Shrine of Nurtury will take in our friends from outside on a temporary basis, until more permanent arrangements can be made.
Awfully convenient that the Shrine of Nurtury can take in all these people that no one would bat an eye if they ever disappeared within Laterano. They're strangers, they're foreigners. No one's gonna wonder where they went if they just disappeared into a mysterious building.
The guards will escort you to your rooms. I must remain here as more patients are expected to arrive. The Lord's blessing be upon Laterano and upon us all. See, there is a way. Don't tell me.
Is Exia gonna sneak in with the refugees from the Abbeys? Let's find out. MT-3 after. Giant milk bottles!
Salve, Cardinal Veliv. It's been a while.
I keep forgetting to give the Italian accent.
Not Cardinal anymore. I'm just an ordinary clerk in the Shrine of Nurtury now. Just Veliv then. Anyway, it seems like your fingerprints are all over it. What do you mean? The security measures I saw on my way in the streets. They could go toe-to-toe with the Pontifical cohorts.
Finger guns, ka-chow.
I have to earn my keep after all. Anyway, it looks like I guessed right. What? It was indeed you who came to review our security, even though this is a job usually reserved for the notorial hall executors, or gun knights or Pontifical cohorts. I'm still investigating the bombing that happened a couple days ago. I'm not exactly an outsider. It wasn't instructed to take the bomb investigation into account when planning security. Besides, your investigation hasn't turned up anything concrete, has it?
It's concrete, baby!
Unless you mean to tell me you came because it was Anduin who was attacked.
Pretty much.
Are you going to chide me that I should be thinking of a whole holy city as a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal, and not about my personal relationships? We know just what kind of person you are, finger guns, ka-chow. Sharp, astute, decisive, all traits that served you well as a consistory. What is a consistory? But we also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. I remember the reasons why you joined the Pontifical Cohort's commandos, Cardinal Lemwin. I read the report. Huh. Do you really? I've forgotten. You didn't really have any interest in the commandos. You just went to see Fiammetta, didn't you?
Hey, yo!
And Anduin? Really? That I didn't know. I thought you met after you joined the commandos. We met before that. It seemed like he had come from a faraway place, walking on foot. His clothes were tattered and he himself was just as ragged. He sat on a bench in front of the chapel, still and unmoving, looking more like a statue than the actual statues of the saints on the roadside. That was the first time Mustima and I saw him. We met Fiammetta at midnight movies and we hit it off quickly. Anduin had trouble fitting in, having grown up outside the holy city. Fiammetta, stubborn girl as she is, was in another one of those fights with her grandpa, and Mustima and I wanted to see them. They didn't know each other beforehand, and the other Sanctus probably didn't intend to isolate them. But either way, the end result was the two of them were the only ones left behind in the rubber bullet roulette that was the commando's initiation. And so you beat up everyone else on the scene. You and Mustima filled out your applications right there, becoming the last 4-man squad at that initiation. You ended up being the most active and most coordinated squad of the force until the incident. There is a lot I admire about you, Lemwen, but I must remind you, as a cardinal of the holy city must be your first, foremost, and only concern. To me, the holy city begins with a long list of familiar names. So much for reminiscing. The 7th Tribunal knows our duty. If you really think of yourself as an ordinary clerk, then maybe I should pay a visit to the matriarch personally. She's right up ahead, isn't she?
Matriarch? Lemon spots the one she came to see. The golden-haired Sancta stands under a porch. She is praying. Anxious, her breathing is rapid, and she trembles visibly. Lemon can feel herself overwhelmed by her counterpart's raging emotions. Empathy? Pretty much confirmed, still active within Laterano.
Matriarch? I overheard your conversation with Veliv, Cardinal Lemoine. Pardon my inability to converse calmly at this time. What's in there? A Sarkaz's mother. She spent much time in the wilderness and declined food for 2 days after she arrived. She is not in good shape. Only our nurturers, are doing their best. She suffers from fear and anxiety. She does not want to give in to the pain and continues her struggle to stay awake.
I'm pretty sure not eating for 2 days is bad for the baby.
She is praying, awake, praying that her child will be born safely. All I can do is empathize and pray with her. You can empathize with a Sarkaz. Yes, Cardinal. As you worry for my outpouring of emotion, it is as clear as the innate empathy between you and I. Empathy. A blessing that the Lord has bestowed upon me, perhaps in place of my sight, or perhaps simply because this place was built by Laterano to welcome new life. Here our faith is strengthened and expanded. Here, there are no barriers, no limits.
I don't know, man. I think some limits kinda keep us safe from the things we are not allowed to do.
Putting it in that light, it is our own people who need this place the most.
Sunlight shines through the stained glass, illuminating the empty and solemn hall. The massive statue stands with its palms together, looking down at the two tiny sanctas beneath it.
It's certainly a special place. I've seen plenty of statues in all sorts of poses, holding a gun and ready to shoot, but it's the first time I've seen one like this. It takes some time to get used to.
Really? In all of Laterano, most of the statues have gun posing instead of praying?
Compared to the so-called Lateran statues that line the hills of Bolivar or the shores of Iberia, the statues seen in Laterano are more incomprehensible, Cardinal. Paradise has shaped our faith, so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. Interesting phrasing. The souls of the living praying for survival as they traverse catastrophe and the suffering. Such is the most basic phase of faith.
I do love it whenever fantasy stories get into discourse about religion and the role of faith in people's lives. Especially in stuff like Final Fantasy XIV, Heavensward, and also Metaphor Refantatio. When it isn't just the old JRPG trope of church bad. Mainly because that trope came about because of the historical context that the Japanese have rejected Christian missionaries that tried to convert the populace centuries ago. That's why there's a complex relationship between Western Anglo-Saxon religions and Japan. But since this is a Chinese story, there's also a different twist to it. Because the Christian missionaries also came to China. And I think there's kind of like a parallel between the historical contexts that both China and Japan had with Christian missionaries. And it informs how fantasy stories in these countries perceive the role of, let's say, the Judean religions. And I love it whenever I love it whenever they get deep into the discourse of how faith plays a role in people's lives with that context behind it.
Matriarch, blessings to you. The mother's condition has stabilized. We have given her medicine and nutrition. She is sleeping now.
If evil, why is she mother? Why is she... Why is she so huggable? Why does she have an aura of safety around her? She's like a praying mantis though. If you go in for a hug, she might bite your head off. Some may find it hot. Others may find that just the right amount of freaky. It ain't exciting if there isn't a threat of death, is all I'm saying.
That is comforting to hear. She is expecting soon. Please keep an eye on her and do not let yourselves grow complacent. Yes, Matriarch. Praise be the Lord.
Who is this Lord you're talking about? Because usually within Laterano, people... I don't think the Lateran religion refers specifically to the Lord, to a Lord itself. They almost always refer to the law instead of a Lord.
I can feel the relief and joy coming from the bottom of your heart. Thank you for your companionship, Cardinal. I hope empathy did not cause my anxiety to affect you. I'm not so weak. Besides, your words were inspiring to an extent. You mentioned that you only came here later? Yes. Long had I wandered the wilderness, my companions withered in the mud.
Huh. What did you mean by that? Withered in the mud?
In order to find Laterano? No. At the time, I never imagined that there would be such a city upon this land.
So you're not native to Laterano?
Huh. But our shared vision finally helped me locate it. Our encounter here and now was written in fate. It is a blessing to be able to serve Laterano and my kindred, after all this time, frail as I may be. I have a friend who works here, and he also came from afar.
We're finally on friend basis with Anduin? Well, they were friends to begin with, and then there was the whole incident.
In Laterano today and Laterano tomorrow, everyone must and will find their own place and play their own roles. Only then we could hope to fend off calamity. Seems we've gotten sidetracked. If there has been an attack on the Nurturers, and the 7th Tribunal is happy to work with the Shrine of Nurtury to implement security measures to ensure that the nativity goes off without a hitch. I understand your worry for your friend and your curiosity about this shrine. As I said though, we must all find our place and play our own roles. There I was thinking our chat was going nicely. Looks like I've been summarily rejected, haven't I?
Okay. Shrine of Nurtury is like, we can handle our security ourselves. No need for any government oversight. We don't need anyone checking in on what we may be doing in these halls. No worries. Our security is fine, guys. Meanwhile, back at Archedo.
I'm sorry for your loss. I should have brought a few wheat stalks. If only I knew this had happened.
Wheat stalks?
For funerals at the Landon Monastery, we weave a laurel of wheat stalks.
Oh yeah, right. Archedo also has an Italian accent.
We weave laurel out of wheat stalks and place it upon the departed's coffin. That way, the soul of the departed will be comforted by the scent of bread and beer on the other side.
Thank you, kind sister. My brother and I were exiled by the General Chamber of Commerce because we were afflicted with neuropathy. Didn't have the skill to participate in night sports. We all came all this way to Laterano, only for his condition to worsen. Take his life. but the Curia helped bury him, allowing him to die with dignity. There was even a passing Sancta who played a requiem for him.
I see.
Was that Sancta a female with long straight black hair, playing a cello with an unusual shape? Yes.
Tracking down Arturia.
She played for you. Were you subject to any hallucinations or any psychological discomfort? What do you mean by discomfort? I know it made me cry. It was my brother after all.
Senor Executor, I thought we agreed that I would do the questioning.
Other executors from Notorial Hall will be here to take these refugees to Pagus Ambrosius. We do not have much time. They are not suspected of any crime. I did not find complex interrogation techniques to be necessary.
I visited Lungmen and Victoria when I was promoting Land and Monastery, and I saw many people like them. They were forced to leave home due to unfortunate circumstances. Their previous dealings with the police have made them. Executors are more or less police, right?
There's no need. You guys just took in outsiders with Urpity like us, even though I heard you used to kick out your own infected. So right now, I don't have anything against the Lateran government. Besides, this gentleman seems like a decent fellow.
He's decent enough. You're just gonna have a tough time communicating with him. FedEx is here to ruin international relations once more. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure Kazimesh doesn't care what happens to a bunch of Oripathy patients across Laterano. For good or worse.
Is there something wrong with the black-haired Santa you were talking about? Without permission, she left the monastery where she was under observation. We have tracked her here. She's a prisoner. I thought she was an official from your... What's that? Sixth Tribunal? Why did you think that? She asked us about the Abbey after the funeral. Whether there was any equipment in disrepair, any safety hazards, any supplies we were short on. She made it a point to ask if anyone who recently entered Laterano had disappeared. Especially any pregnant women.
Oh boy! What does Arturia know? How does she know?
Doesn't sound like Arturia just happened to pass by.
What does she know? Meanwhile, back at the nursery.
How did it go? Ka-chow, finger guns. You know the answer. The matriarch's response was just like yours. Don't poke your head into other people's businesses. I know you have good intentions, Lemoine, but you're also showing that you don't trust me. I beg your understanding. The Shrine of Nurtury, this great structure that casts a shadow over Laterano, which no one's quite sure how it came to be. Your Reverend Patrician and Matriarch promise that this will be the birthplace of the future. Even the suspect behind the bombing seems interested in it. How can the 7th Tribunal responsible for intelligence and national security ignore something so prominent? Of course, I understand. Excuse me.
We got the refugees. Hold up! One of them is out of place. One of them does not belong. Spot the difference. The nurturer leads a group past. Their footsteps echo through the empty hall. The people in the procession come from many different races. None of them speak, but all glance up and down at the unfamiliar space. This is also probably the closest Lemoine and Exia have come in contact. Lemoine steps aside to let them pass.
What is it, Cardinal Lemoine? Nothing. What I mean is, curiosity killed the feline. I guess I should expect a complaint from my predecessor if I continue to insist. We're in. Infiltration complete. Now just to plant the bomb. MT-4, Wayfinder. The one finding a path forgot the road he walked in on, but he still believes the place he stands is his destined endpoint. Grandpappy! Why are you leaning against the wall in a weird pose? I thought I was looking at a statue.
You could have heard my joints crack if you came in earlier. I should pay a visit to an artificer, see if I can get some cushioning for my waist. Oh, my back, I'm so old.
I'm not sure the gun knight armor smiths take into account the special needs of the elderly.
Young gun knights need it too. It helps mitigate the recoil from our guns. The nativity is tomorrow. How are preparations at the Shrine of Nurtury?
The mother is in stable condition. Anduin has taken good care of her. She will give birth to a healthy, beautiful infant tomorrow. I'm very concerned.
Wishadel and the Casdelian delegation, and the Twin Empresses and the Lithanian delegation. The delegation from the Aegirian Institute of Development Planning. The Tianshi delegation led by Yan's envoy of ceremonial rites.
There's also that elephant in the room. Because the Goth Twin Empress should still be stuck inside the void. That's the last time we saw her during the Lithanian Witch King event. And if this takes place after that, which it definitely does, the Twin Empresses, there should only be one Empress of Lithanian here. Address the elephant in the room. Maybe a substitute? Maybe they're still trying to keep up appearances. They can't let the other nations know that the other Twin Empress is still stuck in the void. Give me back my goth mommy.
Tomorrow, all the visitors of the Holy City are invited to the Shrine of Nurtury to witness the birth of a new life. Why did you need me, then, if everything is in order?
Our newest cardinal.
Lemwin.
She came to see the matriarch. I'm wondering, did she happen to pass by as she was investigating the bombings? Drop in to take a look, then propose to provide help to the nursery on a whim? At first I thought she came because of the attack on Anduin, but when I saw the look on her face, after she saw the matriarch, hiccups are back. It is clear that she has suspicions.
I thought I quelled those.
Lemon poses a keen edge that few others have, especially when focused on a single matter. There is certainly no better fit for Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. At the same time, she is also no worse fit. More often than not, she relies solely on her own judgment when it comes to where she will focus her attention.
Do we need to be on guard against her?
You make us sound like some evil organization plotting to overthrow Laterano. Huh.
Who is to say? For some, the future that we usher in will overturn life as they know it.
Grandpappy? Grandpappy? What do you know?
Our empathy, our kindred and family, even the concept of sancta itself, existing limitations will be cast aside.
Grandpappy, what do you know? Is this? Hold up. Hold up. I'm beginning to think... I'm beginning to think that the first few scenes we saw at the start of this event, where Laterano, when Sancta's all around Terra reverted back to Tikaz, I'm beginning to think that happens after the end of the story. We never really got a timeline for when that happened, though, right? Did it happen before or after?
It should have been predetermined been the predetermined end of Laterano's path, but the path has gone on for far too long. Some people take the accidents that happened in the process as the norm, and now they can't accept the predetermined end.
The accidents that happened in the process as the norm. I think they're talking about falling. So whenever a sanctum breaks the law, they revert back. And people already know that's the norm of what happens when they break the law. But now, you have to shake up. The status quo will get shaked up in that it was a predetermined path all along. Reject modernity. Return to TCAS. That is correct. We should prepare early.
I'll deal with Lemwin. You head back to the Shrine of Nurtury and get ready for tomorrow's ceremony. May the Lord's blessing be with this city.
Do we not mention the law anymore? We go. I'm not sure I think we got one scene with the law at the start of the event, and it's never been mentioned again. We just refer to the Lord. What happened? The red-headed Sancta runs through a forest of white and blue, like a tiny flame flickering in the rain. That cloud on the comfort bell is almost the size of Croissant's van, and a cradle large enough to hold 2 cargo containers. They commonly referred to the law as the Lord in the past. They did? The clouds hanging upon the comfort bells seem to block out the sunlight, and the hands holding up the cradles reaching towards the clouds. In this place, every living thing appears small and insignificant. Huh? What the heck? We've had so many scenes in the Shrine of Nurtury. We've only seen like 2 children that were playing Halo. Not a single sight of any baby for this huge ass kindergarten. The only baby we're waiting on is from the pregnant Sarkaz woman, Extra. Feels so empty and quiet, and more than half of these nurseries are occupied. More than half the nurseries are occupied, but it's quiet. Either these are the most patient and well-behaved children and babies we've ever seen, or there's something going on. Children, outsiders, even fallen angels. The nurturers are busy. Looks like they've been living here for a while. Didn't they say most of the facilities are empty and will only open to the public when the ceremony is done? No, they brought in a bunch of experiments. That's not true at all. They took in people from abbeys all around. I have to recover the bombs. Oh no! Now we can't do a little bit of terrorism as a treat. Their innocence in danger. Great, Exia. I thought I could stop the ceremony by blowing up the venue, but this place is full of people. To think I went through all that effort to slip past the guards. I wish the girls were here. You and me both, dog. Penguin Logistics came in clutch during Il Siracusano. I feel like Exia needs backup. Texas could have knocked out all the guards and dragged them outside, or Kassan could have barged into the rooms and packed everyone inside. Or I could just get the boss to do a meet and greet opposite of the ceremony to draw everybody's attention. I think we're gonna have to deal with our Sanctum squad. Where is the protagonist squad when we need them? Gameta? Mustima? Hello? Guys? Also, Executor and Arturia still on their own side plot. Forget it. There's no time. I gotta get to work. I'll take these bombs apart and think of another way. It'll be easier if you cut the blue wire first. Who is this? Also, hello, Brenda. Welcome to the stream. And the sisters have finally met.
Okay. You gotta recognize her game. She recognized Exia the moment they passed by each other. It was a shitty disguise to begin with, come on.
When did you get back, L?
Meanwhile, Camera? Executor.
An entirely unremarkable apartment, except for the fact that its roof offers the perfect view of the plaza in front of the Shrine of Nurtury.
Oh great, we got 2 terrorists now. First, now Arturia and Exia. Off on their own, doing who God knows what. Oh, but also Arturia seems to know what's going on.
Is that why you chose to hide here, Arturia?
Speak of the devil. Another happy reunion. And much sooner than I expected.
You did not attempt to conceal your trail. The paper dragonfly was a clear clue. I saw you use such musical arts more than once in Zwillingstrom.
Well, I hate to admit it, but you've learned a whole lot of my secrets, Fede. Oh wait, you. Did our executor here not tell you that I am his beloved soror sister Hildegard? Huh?
You are my distant relative, and that does not impede me from exercising oversight over you. Before I brought you back to Laterano, on the outskirts of Zwillingstrom, I warned you. I will increase my vigilance over you in order to determine the subjective motivations and possible objective consequences of your actions. And I will shoot to kill if I find anything suspicious.
I don't know, man. The law ordained both of you as saints. So we kind of need both of you. Also, as we've seen time and time again, Hypergriff will never kill a playable character permanently. You got plot armor. We've been through this song and dance 3 fucking times, man. Hypergriff has no balls to kill off a playable character.
I remember the sunset that day. So hard-headed he's fun, isn't he, Sister Hildegard? You were always cooperative, Arturia. That's why London Monastery gave you a degree of leeway.
Is that why you let her just play her music? Rhodes Island really should have told him to keep her away from her cello.
You deceived us. I apologize, sister. I hope my impertinence will not be detrimental to you or your London Monastery.
Spoiler alert, Landed Monastery will go bankrupt. Why did you leave Landon Monastery without permission, Arturia?
Look at the shrine, Fede. So vast, so full of vitality, and it reaches to the clouds, surpassing even the eponymous twin towers of Zwillingstrom in Lithanian. Is this the grace and authority that Laterano wants to build? Look at the halo-less outsiders being guided inside. What are Laterano's plans for them?
What have you found, Arturia?
Do you remember a short stay on Rhodes Island before returning to Laterano? I met a mysterious guest there, who told me that there may come a day when Laterano is no longer a warm, cozy cottage for the Sanctus. Fede, Sister Hildegard, look at what lies before you. Do you not suspect that day has come? What has become of the holy city that we were once proud of? What do you mean? You're ever so vigilant, Fede. You must have noticed something, no? Otherwise, you would have greeted me with a barrel of your gun.
Alright. These two are now on the same page, investigating on their own. These two are already within the backlines. Meanwhile, Fiametta Mustima, kinda absent these past few chapters for now.
Are those bombs? They look pretty powerful. Sis, you're walking again? Uh-huh. Hooray! Was it you that I saw on Via Jovita and that Amos saw outside the firearms workshop?
I was wondering about that all this time. Like, were they just using the standing sprite for Lemwin? Because she could walk again? I think they basically just confirmed that she doesn't need the wheelchair anymore. But then, why was the CG using her in the wheelchair? Why was the CG trailer using her in the wheelchair? Was that just a marketing ploy to be like, look, we can go Fast and Furious 2, Electric Boogaloo? Meanwhile, she's just a normal standing person now. That's boring.
How did you manage to make so many bombs despite the curious strict control of explosive materials? You're as good at this as ever. Alright, spit it out, Elle. What are you trying to do? Blow up the shrine? Stop the nativity? Or sabotage the whole Summit of Nations? Stay back, sis.
She is a bit... Wow, she's a whole few inches taller than Exia. A massive pillar cuts the light and shadow open. Lemwin stops in her tracks, keeping her distance from Exia.
That's a cardinal's cassock you're wearing, isn't it? Does it look good on me? Totally! It's so cool! It was a little loose around the waist when I got it the day before my creation. I had to stay up all night fixing it. I wish I wasn't wearing this for our reunion. Did you come back by yourself or do you have friends with you? You're pumping me for information now? You're a simple girl after all. You're not in a school and this isn't a graduation ceremony. Did you really just decide to liven things up like this on your own?
True. As far as we know, the confessional, or whoever's behind the confessional talking to her, is the one getting her to bomb the place.
Who's behind you and why did they put you up to this? Hey, let's try this. Apple pie with mayonnaise. Add a slice, one another.
Wait, no, wait. Oh, wait, that was Lemwin.
Add a slice. Want another. Hey, you remembered. When we had a fight that wasn't going anywhere, or a secret that we didn't want to share, that's our password to set things aside. I can feel your emotions, Elle. Agitation, impatience, worry, not even knowing how to explain. My job is to capture the culprits who are trying to sabotage the Summit of Nations. I will file a request with the Curia to personally handle the follow-up to this case. The Sancta Sisters stand
off against one another, neither making a single move, nor speaking a single word. It is Lemwin who finally breaks the silence with a sigh. In that instant, Exia flies towards her and hugs her tightly.
Now that's the reaction I know from Elle in trouble. I missed you, sis! It's been a while. Have you grown?
Of course not. I was almost an adult when I left Laterano.
You don't have to talk like you're my mom, sis. Is that what I sound like? Did you tie your hair up yourself? It's coming loose. Let me tie it for you. Still careless as ever. Of course, I'm not as good as you at that. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you knew I would show up. Just reviewing the shrine's security measures. I thought it was remarkable enough to see the matriarch praying for a pregnant Sarkas. And then I ran into you. Matriarch? Pregnant Sarkas? Praying?
Do you want to try apple pie with mayo? No. Is that a thing? Normal apple pie I like. With mayo? I don't know about that.
Could the nativity be... So you don't know what's in the shrine either? Oh, is it your turn to pump me for information? Who taught you to do that? I didn't turn bad, I promise. The people who are supporting me now, they're a good influence, I promise. I'm not alone, and I'm not being used. There's a lot that's wrong here, and it's hard to explain. I need more time. I'll come home after I'm done with what I have to do.
Lemon ties one last knot with a string, then pushes up slightly so the strand of hair on the side of her sister's head will not come loose so easily. The next instant, she finds that her arms are empty.
I'll leave the disarming of the bombs to you, sis. I mean, your eminence.
The disarming of the bombs! Lemon hears the ticking of the bomb count down in all directions. She looks in the direction where her sister disappeared, but is in no position to give chase. Look! Distraction! Bombs! Lemon, I know you can handle it.
She never changes, does she?
Just a casual disarming. Well, that reunion turned out well. MT-4 after. Where is Manhwa Man? Manhwa Man hasn't been seen in a while now. Executor left his ass to go search for Arturia and link up with Archetto. Manhwa Man got kicked out of the plot.
Citizen, if you are here to view the nativity, please queue up at the security check line in the plaza. You've been dawdling here for a while. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for someone. Oh. There is a large amount of traffic going in and out of the shrine today. We ask for your cooperation and to refrain from loitering. Sorry.
What is Vanini up to? She also got left behind, to be fair.
Elle's been there all day. The plan was to blow up important structural elements in the shrine to prevent the ceremony, whatever it's called, from being held as scheduled. She should have been out by now. Don't tell me she's been caught. But I've been here all this time and there's been no movement inside. But Elle must have ran into some kind of trouble that's holding her up. Come on, Vanny, think. What can you do?
I don't think she needs help at the moment. Hold up, she's locking in. She's locked and loaded. Wait a minute, why is she decked the fuck out? Sanctons are built different, man. Especially the gunsmiths. Wait, does she have glasses? Does she have shades?
I have 2 small originium powder tubes that I could turn into an improvised bomb. It won't be very powerful, but it should cause enough commotion to distract the guards and allow Elle to...
Holy shit. Vanini is a ride or die for Exia. Bro, they haven't met in years. And just because Exia tugged on her heartstrings as a gunsmith, she's like, okay, I'm ride or die for your whatever terrorism you're about to do. This girl got struck.
Let's set it here. No one's paying any attention. All I need to do is set it off.
Okay, of all the characters that could catch her red-handed right now, I feel like the ones we haven't seen so far this session has been either Fiammetta, Mustimo, or Manhwa Man. Vanini's arm finds the barrel of a gun, preventing it from moving down any further. Don't let that thing go boom, girl. Stand up slowly. Ah, never mind. It's Grandpappy. Vanini and Exia met once or twice. I give you all my lives, hearts, and soul.
Reverend Gun Knight.
Those tools and all. Your work at the firearms workshop. I have 10 minutes. Explain yourself, girl. What are you up to here? And should I say, who are you trying to cover it for?
Uh-oh. Great.
Let's go, Elle. What about Master Pag? Magister's sleeping. His vision's getting worse and the doctor wants him to get plenty of rest. We shouldn't wake him if we're careful. There's something I need to tell you first, Vanny. It's so weird when you talk all serious like that. Oh, listen. If you get caught, just give me up to whoever it is, whether it's the Pontifica cohorts, the Executors, or the Arknights. Don't worry about me. I came in the middle of the night, kicked your door open, and forced you to make bombs and stand guard for me. You're an innocent little angel who doesn't know anything. What? That's my condition for letting you come with me. Just because I'm shy and doesn't mean I'm a coward. I know, and I'm just glad you decided to help me. The Curious seems to be taking that ceremony very seriously. Who knows what punishment they have in store for somebody trying to bomb it. Besides, Laterano is very different from how I remember it. But... no buts or what-abouts. I can handle this on my own. Besides, Penguin Logistics Company culture says never share the glory when you can hoard it all for yourself.
Give her up, Vanini. Shake said.
I came on my own.
Oh my god. Alright. Himejoshis, you have permission. Himejoshis, you have permission to sail the ship. She is ride or die after 2 conversations.
Interesting girl. Old men like me don't get a lot of chances to talk to the youth. Unfortunately, the ceremony is about to begin. If you won't talk, I'll hand you over to the Executors of the Notarial Hall.
Stop right there, Patrician. Who is this? Fiametta? Mosima? Or Manwa Man? Don't think I don't recognize that sanctimonious face of yours just because you're hiding it behind the hunk of sheet metal. Master Pag!
My legs! Pag!
What do you mean? Is something going on with the Holy City? Would you care to explain, or do I have to guess from your meaningful glances at one another?
Come on, guys. You're Sanctons, she's Liberi. Fill her in. It's kinda impolite to use your empathy while there's a third party around.
This is not related to your investigation, sister. At this time, I've not determined that you need to know more.
In any case, Arturia, you'll have to come back with us. I don't dislike you. In fact, I'm rather fond of you. But if your actions will bring harm to Landen Monastery, then I'll pull no punches. May I ask something of you, Sister Hildegard? Huh? You love the monastery in Laterano, don't you? Or should I say, how did you establish an emotional connection to Laterano as a liberty?
Through religion. Through faith. The Sancton religion.
Well, I've lived at Landen Monastery for a long time. I was brought up by the brothers and sisters there, and we work together to make bread and beer, doing our best to keep the monastery solvent. I belong here. Of course I love this place.
But that's the thing with the Liberian Sancton society, right? It's like, they live here, but they're also second-class citizens. They don't have the empathy. They're not even allowed patron firearms. They have to go to extraneous methods to get firearms, just like Fiametta. They don't have the same kinds of communication that all the Sanctons have.
If you're asking me why there are so many liberties in the Holy City, you've read the Saints' Travels, haven't you? Don't tell me you only used it to make your paper dragonfly.
That's an awkward pause. It's like she only cares about the music. She doesn't care about the backstory. Literally, too long, didn't read. Let's make some music.
According to the Saints' Travels, the first encounter between the Liberty and the Laterano began with a herd of burden beasts. Many years ago, a group of Liberty were scattered by a herd of burden beasts, While seeking water in the wilderness, the animals carried grain on their backs, forming an orderly procession as they traveled into the distance. The Liberties spent great effort to hunt the burden beasts. They never imagined that those creatures of the wild could move in such orderly manner. So they followed the beasts. Then the Liberties saw the halo bearers in the fields, singing as they guided the herd of burden beasts into the assembly of pearl-white buildings behind them. At a time when the Liberties still lived naked in the wild, seeking water and game, those people had learned to tame wild beasts and build cities from the catastrophes. More importantly, the Liberty found that those people had a confidence and optimism that was alien to the Liberty. Because of their halos and empathy. From the moment of their birth, they could feel each other's feelings and understand one another. They rarely knew conflict, and they were able to overcome crises that would destroy any other race. They created the perfect order, naming it the law. I can understand that feeling. Even as the Curia cut off funding to the monastery, even as its buildings fell into disrepair, even as I fretted over the monastery's books. The Sanctus of Landen Monastery never seemed to fear that there might come a day when we would have to close its doors. Their confidence and optimism let them accept the presence of the Liberty nearby, learning from them and becoming part of the whole. Yes, over ages, the Sanctus have almost completely assimilated the Holy City's Liberty, other than the halo, which can never be shared. We are too special, able to take in everything, like a concerto with a clear main theme. Laterano has never just been a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctus, Fede.
After you escaped, you went searching for a missing pregnant woman from a nomadic abbey. But there have been no such recent reports of a missing person in notarial hall records.
They took in those people under the table. Grenade launchers are easier to use than normal guns on Terra? Yes. My back hurts. For the past few days, I've had this neck pain from sleeping wrong just one night, and it hasn't gone away, dog. Oh, I gotta stretch.
Explain yourself, Arturia.
A poor mother has gone missing in Laterano, a little incident that no one has paid any heed. But by chance, I once touched the note of her heart while playing in the wheat fields. And I discovered where she went.
So that's how you knew.
Do you mean?
Patience, Fede. Wait and see. We've come this far. You don't need me to explain it to you.
Is this the girl you took in? You will have to forgive Reverend Gun Knight that I don't have the adoption papers on me. What? If you can take in a Liberty, why can't I take in a Sancta? She's a good girl. You know you are the only Sancta I've ever had a real problem understanding. That mouth of yours. How long has it been since we last met, Pag? I forget. Never thought much about it. Didn't think I would need to. Back on topic. Your apprentice just attempted to. On my orders. Why? An act of protest. Is it so hard to understand? The Curia shut down over 100 firearms workshops overnight. My livelihood for decades. The shop I counted on for my retirement. All gone in the blink of an eye just to industrialize the creation of patron firearms. When I heard you were throwing some party here, I thought I might force the Curia to hear the voice of this humble citizen in front of these honored guests. I should have done it myself, but I'm old, and my legs and eyes aren't what they used to be, so I had the girl run this errand for me. I thought you had gone into a different line of work, Bag. Screw that. Why should I? When you still have the nerve to use the gun I made after you exiled Gia from Laterano.
Hold up. Aurelia. When is Aurelia gonna come back into the story? I need my Dommy Mommy Gun Knight as well. My gilf, my other gilf.
I just gave up being a dedicated supplier for you Gun Knights. True. And how exactly do you plan on dealing with this? Oh, we're caught red-handed attempting to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury and sabotage the Nativity. Will you once again escort your friend out of Laterano as a Gun Knight sworn to protect the sanctity of paradise? One who just happens to be a liberty as well.
Ooh. 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 That hits deep for Grandpappy.
This has nothing to do with you being a liberty bag. If you have indeed violated the law, then I have no choice but to suffer another parting. And yet, I see that no harm was actually done, was there? Take your apprentice and go. Come along, Vanny. Grab onto me. I left in a hurry and forgot the new glasses you got me.
Alibi given.
Reverend, the man's story.
Oh wait, no, this is a different Gun Knight.
Reverend, the man's story doesn't stand up to scrutiny.
I know.
The appropriate cause for action would have been to take them in for questioning and eliminate any potential risk.
That won't be necessary. Besides, I don't need another fight with that old bloke. This bomb is simple, improvised. The girl obviously made it on the spot, which means that her accomplices are still inside. Reassign an extra team of gun knights and work with the patrols to ensure the shrine's security.
Yes, Reverend.
Meanwhile, Detective Amos.
Strange. She's still in the Shrine of Nurtury. Cardinal Aid Amos. Reverend Patrician. Long time no see. Long time indeed. What are you all worked up about? Have you seen Cardinal Lemwin? There's something I wanted to check with her.
Can we get a reunion with Aurelia and Amos?
She hasn't returned from the seventh tribunal since visiting the Shrine of Nurtury. If this has something to do with the explosion, I must be kept in the loop. Yes, Reverend. I bumped into a Sancta on Via Burgos in Pagus Faber, complete the takeover of a firearms workshop. There was a visible reaction from the Cardinal when I mentioned this to her. I checked the appearance of the individual I encountered against the database of registered citizens and found a match in the external personnel files. She must have been on the scene of the explosion in Pagus Travonis. She has certain ties to the Cardinal. Oh.
Uh-oh. They're tracking down Exia in the files. Meanwhile, at Landon Monastery. Anduin?
I don't have much time, sister. I must return to the Shrine of Nurtury.
Let me confirm. You're not sure if the individual currently under care will die, but you want to make funeral preparations for her.
If we're talking about extra, she hasn't eaten in 2 days, and I don't think she will survive giving birth. I don't think she's gonna make it through the process of birth.
Yes, she is not in good shape. I will do all that I can as a nurturer, but that will not preclude me from preparing for the worst.
This seems so un-Lateran.
What should a Lateran be like?
Now that's a complicated question.
Hold up. Okay. Just making sure where we're at.
Farewell. I hope we will not have cause to meet again.
Hello, new character. Oh, this was the mysterious silhouette that we saw before. Who is this Meteon-looking ass silhouette?
I didn't believe it when they said it, but you really did come back here, Anduin.
Maybe she's native Lateran?
This is Ecclesia Requitium, the fields of Idises. Are they familiar to you? Do you reminisce over them?
There are many Ecclesia Requitium in Laterano. As for reminiscing, it would be inappropriate for me to do that about an Ecclesia Requitum in my present position.
I forgot. You're high and mighty nurturer now.
Who are you? Was it you who followed me and attacked me in the shrine?
Followed? Attacked? Who's the one who's mad here, Anduin? You or me? If you didn't want us to walk the same path as you, why did you call us pathfinders? The sinister shrine that devours? Is it the righteous path that you found or the one that has led you astray?
I do not recall promising to walk the same path as anyone before I met the matriarch. As for the Shrine of Nurtury, it's true that it has guided my path, but sinister. There must be some misunderstanding.
Enough, Anduin. Lugas Garis. Don't play the fool with me. A dozen of us never came back from the shrine. If the path you found demands our sacrifice, we at least deserve to be told. Or if you're really shameless enough to deny the connection, at least have the decency to say it to my face.
No, I don't understand.
You've been a nurturer at the place and you've never noticed the disappearance of your patients? Okay, these are the kidnappers.
You'll have plenty of time to figure it out. Please don't. There are many children I must care for, and that mother.
They tried to abduct him within the nursery and he just came out here on his own. Just had to lay the trap. Wait a minute. Ah, I see now how land and monastery becomes insolvent.
Damn it! It's them. Pull back!
There they are.
If I didn't know better, I would say that you were trying to hit Anduin with that one. He's proven hard enough to kill so far. I figured it was an acceptable risk.
Fiammetta, Mustima.
You've really made yourself a lot of enemies, haven't you, Anduin? I'll go after them while you two talk.
There's no need. I don't know why they're targeting me, but I can't help but feel. They're determined. People like that inevitably have complex pasts and simple motivations.
Oh, how compassionate. How could you do what you did to your own cohort then?
She's still on about it, dog. I don't blame her, but also... Do I really not recognize her? The mystery girl? Is she an operator that we've seen before? Is she a side character that we've seen before? There are hundreds of characters in this game. You gotta be forgiving that I can't recognize every single mysterious silhouette. I don't have that kind of gacha game autism. If I'm gonna shoot a dart in the dark, I'm guessing what's her face? It's the Vanguard. Is it what's her face? The one with ammo. I already forgot her name. Patia? Name does not ring a bell.
Why don't you repent before Mustima and Lemwen? Why wouldn't you tell us what the one in the lock and key made you see deep in that dungeon?
Right, the lock and key. Somehow also still relevant in this plot line. while the other shard of the Lock and Key's consciousness is up on Ursula, the Sky Whale. It's over there in Kazdel.
Why didn't you ever give us an answer? Or more accurately, share the question with us.
Oh wait, why did I give her an Italian accent? She was the one that gave chase after Cecilia in the first event. No wonder I didn't remember. That was a long time ago. That was 2 years ago!
We must each follow our own paths. Yameta.
Was that 2 years ago or was that just a year ago? Executor Alter was 2024, 2025. Whatever, dog. I can't remember shit. Too many NPCs. I'm a faces person. And more importantly, I'm a playable operators kind of person. And sometimes I still don't remember operator names after hundreds of them have been released.
We must follow our own paths, Yameta.
Also, yeah, I appreciate the conversation, Les, but if it hasn't been revealed in the story yet and I don't remember, don't spoil it in chat. It'll become relevant when it becomes relevant.
Is that why you attacked Lemwin and fled, before coming back with the matriarch, hiding the Shrine of Nurtury under her protection like nothing ever happened? Is this your path? What salvation did you find in the years that you went off the grid?
I never found salvation, nor do I feel like nothing's ever happened. However, life is short, and if I do not find the answer I seek soon, my sins and your pain will soon become meaningless. The day after I was released from Landen Monastery, I left Laterano believing that I would find something. The next 5 years were like a blur. All I remember is going from one place to another, alone in many directions without end. I often wonder if something had gone wrong with my memory.
Huh. Right. You left Laterano, you wandered the wilderness, you have a hazy memory, and somehow you also, I think you might have returned to Laterano with the matriarch in tow. Yeah, Fiametta also finds that suspicious.
And then I found the matriarch.
There we go, bingo!
She was headed for the Holy City, though she had been delayed greatly by helping the wounded and needy along the way. She made me believe that the answer still lies in Laterano. She promised a miracle, that thousands upon thousands more miracles will be born from us. I returned to Laterano to fulfill this promise with her.
Takios? Just shut up. You're babbling to yourself and making zero sense. Listen here, Anduin. After I kicked you out of that gathering the other day, Patrician spent a long time telling me how important you, the shrine of yours, and the ceremony you're holding are. I've never seen that old man so serious, so I promised him I wouldn't pick a fight with you. Yet. I didn't save your life because I've forgiven you. You just don't deserve to die before you've truly repented on what you did and paid a proper price. The nativity is about to start, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I must go.
Oh, it's the day of the nativity, which means a child will be born, and a pregnant mother will most likely die. What kind of child, though? What are they doing in the Shrine of Nurtury? Mother.
Good morning. Honored kindred, returned messengers, emissaries from all across Terra, and guests who have set foot in the holy city for the first time through the Abyss, I greet you. The shrine in which we now find ourselves was not built to demonstrate Laterano's power or authority for the Summit of Nations. However, I am glad from the bottom of my heart that it was completed in time for all of us to gather here today. Every birth brings new possibilities for the continuation of faith, for the fight against calamity. Only in this way we could shape the future. This is even more true for Laterano of the future. I bid you now, prepare and listen to the heartbeat of new life. Okay, I'm very concerned. Very concerned. That was after, right? Just gonna make sure. Sometimes I lose track reading. Okay. MT-ST-2. Enlightenment. A new life. A new faith. A new future. Wait a moment, Senor Executor. So you never intended to bring Arturia back to the Landen Monastery?
I never stated that I would.
Well, if you won't, I will.
There are certain things I must still ascertain with Arturia.
Now, Federico, it won't do to torment the poor none like that. Oh! Manwa Man is back! And he brought the popo. Never mind. Hey, Cab.
Richelle, did you have to run away so suddenly? All I did was joke around with you a little in front of that confessional. What was the joke? Okay. Anyway, I know this fugitive's a tough one, so I brought reinforcements.
Are we just gonna... What was the joke? You're not beating the allegations, Federico.
Giving up my chance to witness the nativity in the process. Aren't you touched? I never requested assistance from the tutorial hall. I know. You hardly ever work with the other executors. You think I volunteered for this? Special orders, jointly issued by all 7 tribunals of the Curia. Pretty shocked when I got the orders. From a moment there, I thought Arturia had convinced you to commit treason.
If I speak, we get in trouble.
I have no such intention, and she has no such power. I have completed my assessment and determined that any risk to the Curia can be eliminated. You and your men may stand down now, Executor Richelle.
Are you trying to defy special orders, Federico?
You have no authority to refuse. My orders were to oversee Federico's apprehension of Arturia before the nativity, and to bring both of you in should there be any suspicious behavior.
Oh. You're a narc! Hold up. Not so fast, Senor Executor.
Were you talking to me, Senor Arturia?
Of course. I've been sitting in that monastery ever since I came back. I think I would like to stretch my legs for a while longer. It's been more than a decade since I last saw night fall upon the holy city. The view from this spot is remarkable.
So you're resisting arrest? Oh, I do hate overtime. Stay behind the Sister Hildegard.
Oh, come on. Okay, now the Saints... The Saints are now in trouble with the law. And shouldn't the Saints have authority over everyone, considering they report directly to the law? They don't even report back to the Pope, they report directly to the law. I don't know what the hierarchy is like. I'm just spitballing. Looks like the Lateran has long had its eye on you, Fede. Raise your gun, it won't be the first time. Arturia stands at the edge of the roof. Federico has many questions, but he can see that her fingers are already touching the strings. Behind her, Federico sees the Shrine of Nurtury, so tall he cannot see the top, and the infinite crowd meandering towards it. Richelle and his other colleagues can stand behind them. Federico hears the sound of weapons being locked and loaded. How do Sanctons even apprehend other Sanctons with firearms? If by shooting other Sanctons they break the law and they fall, can they even use their guns? Have we ever gotten a full list of the commandments that the Sanctons have to follow? It's only ever been implied that if you shoot another Sancton, maybe it's a shoot to kill kind of thing, right? If they use non-lethal bullets, they can apprehend other Sanctons. But if you shoot to kill another Sancton, that's when you fall. That may be a thing. There is no time to think. Federico raises his gun.
You have admitted to escaping confinement, Arturia. By the authority of the Lateran Notarial Hall, I am hereby reassessing your danger level and apprehension procedures. You must fulfill your obligations as a Lateran citizen and work with us to resolve any threat to Laterano.
Meanwhile, she's just playing. Without warning, the muzzle of Federico's gun flashes. At the same time, music pours out of the cello, becoming one with the hymns emitting from the direction of the Shrine of Nurtury, drowning out the sounds of the roof.
Ah! Federico, what are you doing?
Bang. She shot the floor.
I shot at the building beside you. I did not strike any of you.
Loopholes, loopholes, loopholes.
But that hurts! Ah, mastigia. I think a rock hit my head. Am I bleeding?
Do you know what you've done, Federico?
Yes, you are bleeding. I will submit a detailed report once the incident is resolved. I will include a detailed explanation of the head injury that you've suffered.
That was decisive, Senor Executor. Now, how do you intend to handle all these unconscious people? What are you looking for?
Michele has an annual pass for the confessionals. They can deliver these people to hospitals.
Right, the confessionals.
Now share your discoveries and work with me to resolve any dangers to Laterano.
It's just a guess. You chased me all the way here, then got your cohorts out of the way. You've evidently arrived at the same theory I have. It's almost time, Fede. Perhaps the city itself will soon tell us exactly what has happened to it. Uh-oh. Okay, so the Saints have teamed up. The sisters are within the Nurtury. Fiametta and Mastima are with Anduin. Everyone is accounted for. But somehow I feel like someone's missing. Even Rochelle, we've accounted for. Looks like these people are still okay. Are they witnessing the nativity? These two are back at the Nurtury. I've never seen so many outsiders in Laterano. That's for sure. Last Summit of Nations didn't have enough guests to fill a single hotel. Knockoff Rem is not here. Right. Just about every cardinal in the Curia is here. It's so crowded. The air is even more awkward than the Basilica. We're far enough from the edge, Mastima. We're like the cleaners standing against the wall of a casino. Whatever this nativity is, it's probably Anduin bringing out the Sancta kid who just learned to talk. So the matriarch standing there gets to ceremoniously polish the kid's halo. Oh, symbolic puff. We could be home watching One-Armed Chainsaw Guy 2 instead. One-Armed Chainsaw Guy 2! Also, Chainsaw Man finally came out in NA. I watched the Reze arc a month ago. I'm not lying though, the memes coming out of NA, A tier. Bibu! Chainsaw-sama! Let's just think of it as watching Nurturer and Dwayne work. Haven't you already said that needs to be said to him? My heart's been feeling twitchy for some reason. Something is happening. Do you feel it, Mastima? Yeah. Fiametta turns sideways. She has never seen such a serious expression on her friend's face. I'm feeling nervous. No, anxious. Fearful. It's excitement and expectation and I don't know why. Wait a minute. Wait. Is Fiametta experiencing empathy? Wait. I can't describe it. It's like my heartbeat isn't my own. Is this empathy? You're a fallen angel and I'm a liberty. Neither of us have the power. No, it's not just us.
Wait a minute. All the non-sanctons are experiencing empathy right now?
Fiametta scans the crowd and is now certain that this heartbeat is not an illusion. The emotions that she is feeling are overwritten on every face in the crowd. Every heart present throbs to this beat, which does not belong to them. Who does it belong to? Wait a minute. If normal sancton empathy is peer-to-peer, this seems like it's coming from one source. Look up. What? Comfort bells. Fiametta follows her friend's gaze. All the doors and windows were closed when the nativity began, not so much as a breeze can get in. But the comfort bells are swaying in time, the ones hanging in the Hall of Enlightenment with them, and the ones in the corridors leading to the nurseries, yet they do not produce the chimes that they should. A sort of medium, like the musical devices that Lithanians use. My guess is right, we're feeling the heartbeat of the mother who is giving birth.
Hey, yo! Hold up.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same as what I felt when I waited outside the delivery room when my wife gave birth. I could feel the unfathomable pain, but she would not give up. Her emotions tugged at mine, and we both spoke the name that we had already decided.
Oh, that's wild, dog. Bro, being a sancton is wild if you could feel the birthing pains of your wife. It's like that one meme. It's like that one meme of I'm telepathically giving you PMS. Oh. Wait a minute.
Bailey.
Lord above! The mother fainted. She's too weak. The pain from birthing is more than she could take. It's not good.
What happens if they empathically experience someone's death?
My heart's about to leap out of my mouth. She's not giving up.
Lord Holy City most pure, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. So this really is a form of empathy.
Comfort bells sway violently throughout the hall. The ever-shifting emotions and the irregular heartbeats tug at everyone's nerves. No one knows who the mother is, what her name is, how old she is, where she came from. But everyone knows what she is experiencing. No one moves a single step. The fragile newborn has not yet triumphed over death. The struggle to break through the shell of ignorance seems eternal. Inside the Shrine of Nurtury, thousands of people experience a childbirth together. Not gonna lie, that's kinda cinema. Holy bars, dog! Cinema. Cine. Kino. Bro, if I was in a church and we all collectively experienced childbirth telepathically, that would be an unforgettable religious experience. I would be like, okay, I believe in the Lateran religion now. How do you explain this shit? Such clear empathy should never have existed in Laterano. After a long time, the heartbeat begins to weaken until all is silent. Rip. Connect the sensor wire and activate the timer. The last bomb is ready. Wait, why are we still on the bomb plan? I thought we were disarming the bombs because
people are in here? Damn it, it's really hard to not match this heartbeat. Fortunately, I've got the quickest brain in penguin logistics. I could play Super Music Tycoon with one hand and ray gun bottle shooting with the other, and beat both the boss and Texas at the same time. All that practice wasn't for nothing. 2-minute countdown. Blow up this corridor and the path to the nursery will be cut off. I hope my sister's intel is good. The Shrine of Nurtury took a pregnant Sarkaz from a nomadic abbey, got her to give birth to a Sarkaz at the Summit of Nations in this crazy ceremony. I don't know what they're trying to do, but if I can keep her from appearing in the front of the crowd... Excuse me, you're in the way. A mother is about to give birth. I want to get closer and pray for her. Sorry, I'll... Wait. What? Wait. All this time we thought that Extra was the one that was giving birth. What do you mean she's not the one giving birth? Who's giving birth? Wait a minute. Extra's not dead? She's here to witness the birth? You're still alive after 2 days of fasting? Yeah, what of it? Huh? Shouldn't you be giving birth?
Lemuel, right? We've met before. Your sister brought you to our place.
Fiamela's grandpa, salve. Gotta run. Uh-oh. Way's blocked. Uh-oh. Other way is blocked. Or surrounded.
The others are searching for the bombs and neutralizing them, Reverend Patricia.
Oh wait, no, this is Gun Knight. The others are searching for the bombs and neutralizing them, Reverend Patrizion.
Good work. Stop this Sancta. She has explosives on her.
Snipers are in position. We will shoot to kill if the suspect attempts to escape. Lemuel? Was this your plan all along? Were we betrayed by your sister? Reverend Patrician?
You're late, Cardinal Lemwin. Take the suspect back to the 7th Tribunal.
But if the nativity isn't about the Sarkaz, then... The heart... Okay, my hiccups came back. The heartbeat that resonated throughout the hall has quieted down. Who gave birth? A door opens to the corridor. Exia looks in the direction of the sound. Wait a minute. I'm having a thought. Who is the other... There is one other mother in this entire Sancta Sarkaz plotline that we've forgotten. There's another mother in this saga of a plotline that we first saw during Executor's event. Is she? Is it the Seaborn mother? Wait a minute. This whole place looks Seaborn as hell. Wait. The Seaborn mother who's mother of the 2 bird twins? Wait. What happened to them also? They're missing from this event. They weren't even shown in the look across Terra. Mainly because they're not Sancta. They're Liberi. Carrying a small bundle, the Nurturer stands in the light shining through the door. His hands and robes are stained with blood, but the bundle is clean. With head bowed, he walks slowly towards the Hall of Enlightenment, towards the waiting matriarch. The crowd parts to let him through. Thank you, Anduin. Who? Which mother? Whose baby? The matriarch takes the newborn from the nurturer. She cannot see and does not realize that his brow is furrowed in sorrow. The matriarch gently opens the bundle. and reveals the newborn.
It's a Liberi! But what color is it?
A fledgling beast. Not a Liberi, a beast? Wait. What? No. Why do they call it a beast if normal Liberi can, like Master Paganini, they're furries, but they're never referred to as beasts all throughout Arknights. Is this different from a furry Liberi? He leans against the matriarch's shoulder, mucous membrane still sticking to its infantile paws. The wet and creased fur shows no sign of relaxing. His eyes are closed, his breathing barely audible. As you could see, the first life that the Shrine of Nurtury has brought into this world is this fledgling arbor beast. Fledgling arbor beast? His weight is nothing. His weight is everything. Before I came to Laterano, I found his mother in an abandoned nomadic abbey.
Wait!
She was so famished, her feathers fallen, that I did not at first recognize her as an arbor beast.
Wait. Was that actually the seaborn mother of the two twins? The two twins have a little brother now? How old are they? It should be 2 years after that event, surely. I don't know how much time has passed since Executor's event. But they have a little brother now? He's a full furry?
A hunter's spear has impaled the mother's abdomen, but missed the fetus by inches.
I'm still not sure if this is the actual seaborn mother. Oh, the seaborn mother was a Sarkaz. She adopted the two twins?
I do not know how his mother hid for so long, but how she survived and how she stayed awake through the pain and hunger. Until now.
Alright, I'm starting to remember. The seaborn mother did take in the two twins. Right, so it wasn't the seaborn mother.
I thank the strong mother, our Sancta and Liberi brethren, and our honored guests from afar. The child was born amidst our prayers. He is a miracle that you have made together. But why? Why do his eyes not open?
I don't know, some babies don't open their eyes because they're still developing when they're born.
Matriarch, this newborn's breathing is growing weaker. I tried everything I could think of. His mother gave her all. Perhaps the mother's injuries were too grave, depriving the fetus of nutrition.
Anduin, we may all have forgotten one thing.
Do you mean? The childbirth was long and painful, but from beginning to end, all we felt through the comfort bells, through empathy, was a single heartbeat.
Oh.
This child was so weak that he could not even express his desire to live. The most primal, most instinctive cry of life.
Anduin bows his head and does not speak. Is this what you thought the nativity would be, Mastima? No. Normally we'd already be cutting the cake besides a crying baby.
It's stillborn. However, I think a miracle is about to happen. A miracle that will shake the foundations of Sancton society.
Damn, this is depressing.
Do they mean that after all that effort from the mother, the baby was stillborn?
Shikazo, how could this be? Lord above, is there anything we could do? Like what we did just now, the thousands of us here? What if I never felt Bailey's heartbeat after hours of waiting outside the delivery room? What would my wife and I have done? No, I can't bear to imagine it. Poor baby, if you could hear my voice.
The blue feathers are really throwing me off. I'm like, those are similar blue feathers to what the twin Liberties had back in Executor's event. But also, they never really met their birth mother. But also, this is implied to just be a beast and not a humanoid. Not a furry humanoid, it's just a beast. Somewhere in the crowd, someone begins sobbing. Gradually, more and more people lose control of their emotions. Their cries join together and echo through the halls for the poor mother and her stillborn child. Oh, no! Oh. Right. I did say I expected a miracle. Then another cry rings out. It is not a sad sound. It is young and bright. The fledgling arbor beast opens its eyes, and though sensing the emotions of the crowd, cries out for the first time in its life. It stretches its limbs, and the sheen miraculously returns to its fur. We're just handing out halos now. The matriarch embraces the newborn life tightly, crying tears of joy. One such tear drops from the empty eye sockets behind her veil. Empty eye sockets. Falling upon the fledgling's head, reflecting the light of the sun. The fledgling does not stop crying. As though driven by the wailing, the light begins to break free of the void's shackles, becoming full and rich. A halo. The mark of the Sancta, the symbol of the law, the embodiment of the truth. It has illuminated this unfamiliar creature. A shining, miraculous beacon. The Lord has once again answered our prayer. He has blessed this child. This is a miracle not seen in 1,000 years. Its appearance on the eve of the calamity is a revelation from the law. Eve of calamity. Address the elephant in the room? Eve of calamity.
We are all witness. We are all participants. Henceforth, we are born equal in one, beginning with the holy city and ending with the holy city. As Sancta.
Oh. Wait a minute. Is that what the masses' travels are? Once news of this spreads, are pregnant women just gonna make a march towards Laterano so that their children can be born with halos? As Sancta? Is that what the masses' travels implies? In the matriarch's embrace, the newborn licks her arms. He has awakened. Once again, the comfort bells sway. A new heartbeat, strong and regular, fills the Shrine of Nurtury. Oh, they felt it from over here.
The Tyranno granted a halo to an arbor beast fledgling. Even the most incredible miracle in the Saints' travels pales in comparison.
Why did we just start the church step? This is supposed to be a cause for celebration. Why did the ominous church step start?
Is this a divine blessing or a terrible calamity?
My greater concern is whether it is true, whether it should be believed.
Since when did you start to doubt everything that you see?
There are too many details, Arturia. The unusual confessional,
The boundless wheat fields.
the crackdown on manufacturing of firearms and explosives, the firearms workshops being shut down.
It's all interconnected. The sudden change in Landon Monastery's role.
The abrupt changes in the administration of the Turia, the colleagues who suddenly appeared to interfere with my investigation. It was the appearance of Racheli and his men, despite the fact that he should not have known my movements, that confirmed my suspicions. Otherwise, I would have continued my efforts to apprehend you.
All of these anomalies converge at the Shrine of Nurtury, which seems to have appeared out of nowhere, and an activity that so many have their eyes fixated on.
The missing mother you were investigating from the nomadic abbey was the pregnant arbor beast.
Yes. By chance, my music crossed paths with the voice of her heart. I followed the trail here.
The singular item that brought me to my conclusion, of greater weight than any of the above, is how the Lateran people are seemingly oblivious to all of this. Everything in life has been turned upside down, but in this country, the city, life goes on, orderly as ever, as though things have always been so.
Now you recognize things have seemed fucked? Like, people's memories of the building have been warped? Now you realize that he really does have the tism. When 6 million Laterans continue to live as they have, it's hard for us to convince ourselves that we are the only sane ones. Self-doubt is an invaluable experience for a hardhead like you, isn't it? Are you certain now?
Yes. Mathematics, physics, geography, archaeology, astronomy, no theory or knowledge in science, theology, or philosophy can explain this. A city with a population of 6 million, sharing the same hallucination.
Oh. Maybe my throwaway comment that this was all a genjutsu wasn't far from the truth. Hold up. What if all of Laterano is in a genjutsu? What if we're in a big illusion? Wait a minute. I'm starting to think back to the CGI trailer. How everything in that seemed like it was a digitized illusion. Hold up.
But the present circumstances clearly run contrary to the order of Laterano and the foundation of the law. I have no doubt.
What a coincidence. Neither do I. Oh. Oh. Okay. The upside down. The inverted world. The dark world. The sound of comfort bells echoes in the sky above the city. The cello's music draws upon a crack, like a hand reaching into the city. The next instant, both sounds are brought to an abrupt halt. Silence. The crowds that come and go in front of the square have never existed. Laterano has never been so quiet, even when the city is gazed from the highest roof of the basilica. Hold up. Where did all the people go? Federico and Arturia are unsure if they blinked. A scene most incomprehensible plays out before their eyes. The shrine continues to tower over the city, utterly out of place, but now, dreamlike colors begin to run across its surface. Almost reaching the clouds, it spills its colors upon the pristine white building surrounding it. Doors and windows open to the streets and alleyways of Laterano, and wherever the shrine shadows touch, and creatures the likes of which have never been seen before emerge from them. The scene is indescribable, but there is no doubt in Federico and Arturia that this is the real Laterano. The next instant, the same word slips from their mouths. Calamity. Hey, yo! It's all been a huge illusion this entire time. Who was real and who hasn't been real? Of course, the playable characters. The playable characters, they got the plot armor. However, all the NPCs, I'm now having doubts. Which ones were actually real or which ones were just illusions by the Genjutsu. Anyway, that'll be that for today's story reading of the Masses Travels. A lot of shit happened. We thought Extra was the one that was gonna give birth to a Sarkaz child. Nope, never mind. It was just a burden beast. A burden beast that took upon a halo after being stillborn, was brought back to life with a halo. What is the law planning? What's with the calamity? What's the nurtury, Shrine of Nurtury and the matriarch planning? The calamity is here, and I think the Saints, plus Exi and Lemuel, and maybe also Fiametta and Mustima, are the only ones that can get us out of this. I don't know about Grandpapi Mixaparato. He seems to be part of the system. I don't trust his ass. But anyway, thank you to everyone that stopped by, chilled out in chat, used as a second monitor content, and watched us read and react through these chapters of the Masses Travels. Tomorrow we will be back with some more MonsterCon Sundays. On Wednesday we will be doing EX stages and S stages before the event ends. And next weekend we will continue and maybe wrap up our story reading of the Masses Travels. Same time, same place, Saturday. What about Best Boy Anduin? I don't know about him, dog. Leave him be. Whatever happens to him, he'll deserve it. Anyway, once again, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. I'ma see you friendos next Saturday for the continuation and finale of the Masses Travels. Bye-bye, friendos.